listeners and viewers. Welcome to another episode on Rising Above Shadows of Abuse, RASA. I'm your host, Grace Upper. This is where we discuss subject matters relating to abuse, trauma, mental health, society, and culture. Today's episode centers around world news on abuse. Our next newsreel is from 10 Philadelphia by Hayden Meatman, published 17th of March 2025. Law enforcement officials in Delaware have charged two men, a retired priest and an elementary school teacher, following an investigation into allegations of child sex abuse that stems back to the 90s. According to law enforcement officials, John Taggart, 80, a former priest, and Christopher Crisona, 57, have been charged with continuous sexual abuse of a child, unlawful sexual intercourse, and related charges following an investigation into their alleged activities from 1994 through 1996, when they both worked at St. Thomas, the Apostles' School and Rectory. The allegations against this pair were uncovered, law enforcement officials said, after an investigation began into Taggart and now deceased Father John Francis concerning their time working at St. Thomas, the Apostle. This investigation, officials claim, found that Taggart allegedly repeatedly abused the victim through the child's 7th and 8th grade years, enrolled at the church's school. The abuse, officials allege, even continued after the child began high school. Taggart worked at the church from 1987 through 1998, and in January of 1999, officials said he was transferred to St. John the Apostle Church in Milford, Delaware. Taggart also worked at St. Helena's in Wilmington, Delaware, though officials said he now lives in Georgia after retiring in 2004. This same investigation found allegations of abuse of the same victim by Crisona when he was a teacher at St. Thomas the Apostle School. Crisona worked at the schools in the 1994 to 1995 school year and was removed from the school the following year after a student complained, officials said. After leaving the school, Crisona worked at St. Matthew's in Wilmington in 1999, then Corpus Christi, also in 1999, and officials said he also worked at St. Hedwig's in 2000. He is currently employed as an elementary school teacher in Florida, according to police officials. The state's indictment alleges a pattern of gravely serious abuse against the juvenile by two adults in a position of trust, said Delaware Attorney General Katie Jennings in a statement. As prosecutors and as parents, these kinds of cases keep us up at night, but they also give us purpose. The victim in this case suffered profound trauma over a period of years and deserves justice. I'm grateful to the police, prosecutors, and social workers who have been critical to this investigation and who are committed to getting justice. In a statement to NBC 10, the Diocese of Wilmington, Delaware, noted that Taggart was arrested on Friday, March 14, 2025. Crisona, diocese officials said, was apprehended at his home in Orlando, Florida on March the 3rd, 2025. Officials with the diocese said they have been and will continue to cooperate with law enforcement officials. Officials said that due to the nature of the allegations and both men's professional histories, the Delaware Department of Justice is seeking other potential victims. What do you think? I think before people can get into a position of trust and for the sake of the duty of care by various establishments like schools and churches, workers should be thoroughly vetted before being put in a position of trust or given some certain positions, so to speak. And parents should also talk to their children to find out if they're being abused or assaulted when they're in school or in public places. That's my opinion. I'm happy that these two men have been apprehended and they're under investigation, and justice will take its due course. What do you think, listeners and viewers? Please leave your comments as relates to this newsreel via email address risingaboveshadowsofabuse@gmail.com.